Okay, two things. We started with the draft. And just quickly, because talking about the Bills' position is almost futile because nobody knows. It's like so far out. But are you looking for anything come draft time for the Bills?
Take the best player available. If you feel that best player is up, go trade up and go get what you want. I mean, you've got X amount of years left where Josh Allen is going to be in his prime.
I go defense. The guy I guess I would throw out there is Joey Porter Jr. I think he's a Penn State grad, father played in the NFL, good defense, good. You need secondary help out there. You need as many secondary players as you can get out there, especially after last year. So I guess it's a guy I would watch out for.
I was trying to play that back. Are you suggesting maybe that the Bills are looking at Allen's replacement already?
No, not Josh Allen's replacement.
Not replacement, but back with some. No.
Was
that the quarterback?
No. Put the players around Josh Allen. You need to succeed.
Okay.
If that player is at 13 and there's nobody underneath him, then you go up to 13 and get that player to help Josh Allen.
All right, you're wearing number 3. Damar Hamlin is been cleared to play for the Bills, and it looks like he'll be out there come training camp.
Well, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. The man was dead. We watched him die 3.5 months ago. 3.5 months ago, just to put it in perspective. Now, I know the injuries are completely different, but Damar Hamlin could be playing football sooner than Von Miller, who's recovering from a knee injury, right? And I think that we all forget what we witnessed and went through as fans, not even close to what Damar went through, but after it happened, look, I can remember waking up to do the show the 3 days after that event happened, unfortunately anticipating that we were going to read that he passed away overnight. He wasn't going to survive. Then there was an idea that he wasn't going to be himself. Then there was a potential he wasn't going to walk again. So for Tuesday, the Bills to walk into minicamp and say, oh, by the way, it was almost like, yeah, he's out there. He's got a medicine ball and he's going to be practicing. I don't believe it.
I'd like to see some sort of documentary, maybe retrace the steps on how this basically happened, how he was able to survive, the entire story. Now, Of course, he's got an NFL career to play, and he wants to play, he wants to make the team. We'd like to see him make the team at the end of the of minicamp in the preseason. But I'd also like to go back and honor the individuals that do it every single day, that find ways to get people from a situation where they're dead or clinically dead and bring them back to life. That is very interesting.
Yeah, that would really be fascinating. All right, I'm going to play the bad guy here. It says, the one other, and I haven't heard anybody else talk about, the one other issue with Damar Hamlin's return is he's uncuttable. If he has a bad training camp, how could the Buffalo Bills cut Hamlin if he tries out?
I disagree, and I think that we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Look, Damar Hamlin said himself in his press conference that he has to build himself all the way back up from where he was before. The corner for Kansas City who had leukemia, I forget his name, Eric Berry, I believe it was, right? He had to do the same exact thing. I don't think it's out of the question that Damar Hamlin starts the season, maybe even spends the season on the physically unable to perform list while he builds his body back to what it has to be. Look, I don't think he's uncuttable. I don't. And I hate to say that out loud. I think that the team would give him more time to get back to where he has to go.
You have to remember where he was before all this happened. He wasn't a starter. He wasn't an impact player.
He was the 4th safety, became the 3rd safety as the season went on with the way that he played, but he's still a young player. This is the type of player that Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott love, a defensive guy who's versatile. He can play teams for you. He's a guy that soaks things in. Without what happened, I still think he would have made this team after last season.
It's still a thought. I thought about that driving into the show on it next to Josh Allen. He might be one of the hardest guys to cut based on how much support he had. That being said, the Bills did support him, did follow through, did bring him back. He's now in workouts. You'll probably run up against the end of the line before you make that decision, but it is another, 5 months away before you decide.
Damar gave this wonderful press conference where he talked about all the statistics that he's beaten his entire life, and this is why he wants to come back and do this. I think, frankly, he could make more money speaking, touring, than he would be able to make playing in the NFL right now just because of everything that he went through. That being said, we don't know how he's going to feel when he puts shoulder pads and helmets back on again. We don't know how he's going to feel if he ends up out at training camp in Rochester in the hot sun. It's possible that he gets out there and realizes, I don't know if I can do this. It's possible that the folks that witness that on the field with him have dealt with their emotions of it sooner up to this point than Damar Hamlin has. Damar Hamlin passed out. We don't know if he felt any pain. We don't know if he's going to feel anything different, like a knee injury when you go on the field and you have to trust it over again. I don't know what's going through his head, and can he do it when he gets back out there?
NFL loves special interest stories like this. Follow him all the way through to the journey and then back on that first game, first week of the NFL. It'd be an interesting story to see.
So much to talk about, and we know how we love Vegas. Prohibitive favorite for comeback player of the year.
Well, yeah. Who else is it gonna be? What the heck?
All he has to do is show up.
What could Baker Mayfield do to beat Damar Hamlin?